be quite frank, I don't know why I'm doing this again. Hey, friends, how's it going? It's been a long time. And, yo, I wanted to chat. And I realized that I might be wasting my time. But that said, right now, in this present moment, I want to do some video content. I realize I might be wasting my time because video is a beast. And to keep things entertaining in the YouTube world, let's keep it real here, folks. You have to have very snappy edits every 2 seconds or less. And I don't have the time for that anymore. It's one of the major reasons why I stopped doing video for a long time. And I'm cool with that. I'm happy with that. That said, I still like to express my thoughts through video. And so subsequently, I've realized that I need to honor myself and jump back into the ocean. So today I want to talk about grief, the 5 stages of grief. And don't worry, nobody's died in my space. It's more that I've realized that the 5 stages of grief are a fantastic process to maybe understand where you might be in your life when you are busy transitioning from one step in your life to the next step, whatever that might be it romance or health or wealth. In order to get to that next step, you need to sacrifice certain things. And I've definitely seen that using this tool, the stages of grief, it helps, because when you are moving to that next step, it's not just all hunky-dory. Sometimes you get emotions out of nowhere. And if you don't know what these stages are, you might be completely lost. And that might take you down a complete whirlwind of feeling decrepit, destroyed, beaten up, and you're beating yourself up and you just don't know why. So I want to equip you with these tools, because sometimes you just might not realize that the funk that you're in is simply just one small step of the 5 stages of grief. And when you're equipped with the tool, when you're equipped with knowing where you're at, then you can kind of dial back the emotion meter and just allow yourself to be present and perhaps take a baby step of courage forward into doing whatever that may be, into taking an action. So, what are the 5 stages, friends? It begins with denial, then it moves to anger, then it moves to bargaining, followed by depression, and finally acceptance. And there's no grand time scale for this. And I kind of want to go through the story of my realization of, in order for me to become the next version of me, an exceptional next step, I needed to accept that I needed to stop doing quite a few things and sacrifice. And it's funny because I was dealing with a bargaining stage for 3 years without realizing it. And so subsequently, as soon as I made that realization in this past 2 days, I very quickly went into acceptance with a little dash of depression. But it's okay, because I knew where I was, and I knew that it was all part of the process. And to be honest, friends, I'm tired of just on the cusp of greatness, but still being in mediocrity. I'm tired of that. I realized that in order for me to go next level, I needed to stop doing a lot of things. And I've labeled those things cheap dopamine. And that label came to me as a tweet from one of the people that I follow. And it's amazing how the subtle things just, they click with you. So yeah, as soon as I understood that mental link of, hey dude, instead of fighting with yourself, just label it as cheap dopamine. That just made sense. It made sense for me. And that's the most important thing, friend, whoever you may be, is you need to know yourself. And you need to know what makes sense for you. Don't run the game of your life trying to emulate and be the second best somebody else. Be the first best you. And so you need to know what works for you and what doesn't work for you, and figure that out. So that's kind of the message that I wanted to impart for this video. And I think I'll just end it off with what's going to be happening moving forward. You know, I still really just want to make daily videos. So at the same time, I don't want to do edits. I'm done with that. The editing phase of my life was the beginning of this year. So let's see what happens with this channel. If it begins to grow serious momentum and attention, then I'll start to say like a Patreon kind of offer, like, hey, if you're liking this content and if it's working for you, then commit to paying for a Patreon, a very small fee, so that I can raise money for an editor. Because if this work is serving you, then it can serve other people, and other people expect much better video production, because that's the game on YouTube. So if it is serving you, and I would appreciate whatever you're willing to give, and I'm very grateful for it. And I'd say, here's the price tag, contribute whatever or not, that's also totally okay. And then I'll hire an editor and we'll get better quality videos. But for me right now, my video editing process, we're done. I'm done with that. I want daily videos again. I really, really do. Because I could see really cool momentum going from that. So I think for now, this is just going to be like a Dear Diary kind of this is what I learned today. And maybe that wisdom will help you and serve you in some way too. Cool. You cool with that? That's great. It's my channel. You don't really have much choice otherwise. Friends, go well. I hope that you enjoyed the video.